If you've been scrolling through endless home gym options, watching product after product promise the only thing you'll ever need, and still feel stuck wondering which piece actually makes sense for your space, budget, and goals, this review is here to clear that up. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks mapping out what a realistic home gym setup looks like for a typical apartment dweller, a busy parent, and a hobbyist who wants to squeeze a few solid sessions into a cramped living room, and the Speediance Gym Monster 2S bundle keeps popping up in the conversation. Let's break down why it might be the right fit or why you might want to look elsewhere. First, picture the typical scenario. You have a modestly sized room, maybe 10 by 12 feet, with a ceiling height that can accommodate a pull-up bar and a few accessories, but you also need to keep the floor clear for daily traffic. The Gym Monster 2S claims to be an all-in-one station that folds into a compact footprint, offering a weight bench, a set of resistance bands, a smart scale, and even a lifting belt. The idea is tempting because you're effectively buying a mini gym that you can slide under a sofa when you're done. In practice, the folding mechanism works as advertised. The bench folds flat, the resistance band attachment folds against the frame, and the scale slides into a small compartment beneath the bench. That means you can park the whole unit against a wall and still have room to walk around, which is a major win for anyone living in a studio apartment or sharing a room with a partner. Now, who should buy this bundle? If you're new to strength training and want a guided, progressive experience without hunting down separate pieces, the built-in AI-powered training app is a genuine convenience. The app syncs with the smart scale and tailors workout suggestions based on your weight, body fat trends, and the resistance levels you've already tackled. For a beginner, that feedback loop feels a lot like having a virtual personal trainer, cutting down the guesswork that often leads to plateaus or injury. Parents who want a quick, safe way to stay active while the kids are napping will also appreciate the low-impact resistance bands, which let you do full-body circuits without loading the floor with heavy plates. And because the bench includes an adjustable incline, you can shift from standard presses to shoulder work without needing a separate incline bench. Conversely, the bundle isn't the best choice for serious lifters who already own a set of dumbbells, barbells, and specialized equipment. The resistance bands, while versatile, max out at a level that most seasoned athletes will find insufficient for heavy compound movements like deadlifts or squats. The adjustable weight bench can handle a few plates, but the frame isn't designed to take the same load as a commercial-grade rack. If you're aiming to lift 200 pounds on a bench press, you'll quickly outgrow what the Gym Monster can safely support. In that case, you'd be better off allocating your budget toward a dedicated power rack or a set of plates that match your strength goals. Let's talk about the practical strengths that actually show up in day-to-day use. The biggest surprise for me was how the smart scale integrates with the app. When you step on the scale, it instantly logs your weight, body fat percentage, and even skeletal muscle estimate. Those numbers feed directly into the workout recommendations, so you get a today's session that nudges you to increase resistance if your muscle mass has risen or to focus on cardio if your weight spikes. That automatic feedback saved me from the habit of guessing whether I needed to push harder or take a rest day. Another perk is the modular nature of the resistance band attachment. You can clip on the bands, attach a set of handles, and perform rows, chest flies, or leg curls without ever leaving the station. For someone who likes to keep a short, intense workout under 30 minutes, the convenience of swapping accessories in under a minute felt like a real time saver. On the flip side, there are a few hidden trade-offs that make the Monster 2S a little less painless than the marketing suggests. The first is noise. When you pull a band or perform a bench press, the frame can wobble slightly, and you'll hear a mild rattling that echoes around a small room. The bundle does include rubber pads for the feet, but the vibrations still travel through the floor, which can be a nuisance if you have downstairs neighbors or light sleepers. The second issue is the learning curve of the app itself. The AI training platform walks you through an onboarding quiz, then starts suggesting routines, but it takes a few sessions for the algorithm to understand your preferred intensity. If you're impatient or don't want to spend extra time tweaking settings, you might find the initial recommendations feel generic rather than truly personalized. Finally, the lifting belt, while marketed as a smart belt, is really a standard neoprene support strap with a small pocket for a phone. It doesn't have sensors or any